Yo, what is the crack, boys? I've got my own little list of players that I think are going to have breakout seasons. Obviously, the players I've got, some of them already, all-star level worthy. They've proven themselves as good NBA players. Others just some players that haven't even played an NBA game, and some players that need to prove themselves. For each player, it's its own context. For example, first two players I got, Tyler Hero and Tyrese Maxey. Both of these two players had some phenomenal playoff games. Obviously, Tyler Hero was a big part of that bubble run. Potentially could have helped Miami even more in the playoffs, which some people are going to disagree. Miami needed some shot creating. That's exactly what Tyler Hero is. Like, so many times in that final series, Miami needed a shot creator. If Tyler Hero was there, maybe they don't lose in 5, maybe losing 6, maybe possibly 7, at least 6. Like, they would have, I don't think they would have won. It's kind of hard to beat that Denver team, but who knows? We'll never know. Obviously, Tyler Hero is unlikely not going to be on the Heat next season. I think he will either be on the Trailblazers or the Nets. Obviously, if he goes to the Trailblazers, I think obviously statistically wise, it won't be as good. Obviously, Tyler Hero is a guy that just won 6th Man of the Year, like 2 seasons ago, or whenever it was. Elite shot creator, has had some clutch moments in his league. Great 3-point shooter. If he starts playing more off the ball, running through screens, sort of like a Steph Curry, that can definitely take his game even more far. He obviously does do that sometimes. Obviously, if you go to Portland, they've got a lot of elite guards, for the future. Simons, Shane Sharp, Scoot. So the fit on the Trailblazers would statistically hurt him. But I think Brooklyn would be a good destination for him. I'm sure Mikal Bridges would still be on the Nets as well. I think, if he goes to Brooklyn, it'll be even more of a breakout season. I think he'd be an all-star. More for him to be the leading scorer. Obviously, Mikal Bridges is nice for your leading scorer. Maybe he takes a bit of a backseat, becomes your second scorer, and focuses more on the defensive side of the ball, which could get Brooklyn in the playoffs. Play-in. Cam Johnson re-signed for a $100 million contract, so that'd be nice. I think Tyler Hero being a lean scorer could easily, average 25. And a 25-point game scorer. 20-point game scorer coming off the bench and on the Miami Heat. Tyler Hero has a very similar career to James Harden at this moment in time. I just feel like he's going to take that similar, white James Harden. That could be a hot take. Both won 6th Man of the Year. Both were in the finals early on. Now they're getting shipped away. Obviously, Harden's was a bit different. Harden's was a lot worse, his departure. Tyler Hero, you're getting Dame back. You do that trade. Obviously, with Harden, you just let him go because you don't want to pay luxury tax. Obviously, if OKC could have gotten that back, they would have done it. So I think Tyler Hero can make a huge jump, being all-star. All-NBA? No, I'm not going to say so. All-star, averaging 25. Depending on which team he goes to, if he goes to the Nets, I would bank on him averaging 25. Another year of experience and another, he's got that playoff experience added to the Nets. I think he could average 25, shoot elite numbers. Then I've got Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey already has shown improvement in his game. Obviously, he's one of the best finishers in the NBA. So agile, so quick. Elite finisher. Like, this guy can do all this shit and still finish it. Obviously, Harden's requesting a trade from us. So he's going to have to, really step. Like, he's going to have to be that. But, he could be that number 2 scorer. Embiid's the best scorer in the league. He's going to have to step up. Possibly take on the point guard role. 6'2", you probably should. If we get Zach LaVine, obviously, it would hurt not to get Zach LaVine if we trade away James Harden. So then, he would probably be the 3rd scorer. Zach LaVine as your 2nd scorer is quite good. Or just between the two of them, I like that. Defensively, is a bit... But Maxey, as college, was not a good 3-point shooter. Now he's like a 40% 3-point shooter. Elite. Obviously, in the playoffs, he's had those games against the Raptors. Had some great games. This past playoffs, he was a bit iffy, quite questionable. People were saying... me personally watching Tyrese Maxey in the playoffs, he was having some bad games against the Celtics, saying, maybe, obviously he's still young in his career, but something. At this moment in time, I don't know if I'd give him a max contract, but now I am fully committed on giving it. We have Nick Nurse now. I think that'll benefit him so much compared to Doc. Doc Rivers just isn't a good coach for like top tier contenders like we should be aiming to be. So I think Nick Nurse will really help his development. Obviously, Maxey's a great pull-up shooter, great shooter in general, good floaters, obviously a great finisher. Mid-range should be getting there, obviously in the playoffs. Once it's past the first round, he needs to be stepping up. I think he will take that leap, though, under Nick Nurse. I'm playing along aside Zach LaVine. The attention is going to be drawn on those two. It'll be a lot easier for him to get buckets. And obviously, Tyrese Maxey, has his hot moments, like his hot streaks. He'll just start absolutely lighting it up. Obviously, at the start of this season that just passed. He had like nearly 50 points in one of the first few games. He can just get hot like that. I expect him to have a breakout season. All-star, nah. If we don't get Zach LaVine, definite. I would say he will be an all-star. Well, you kind of have to think about it. He will definitely be in contention to be an all-star if we don't get Zach LaVine, but I see Zach LaVine getting it over him. Tyrese Maxey, I think, will have a breakout. And the last shooting guard I have, Jordan Poole. I think this is the easiest pick for most improved player. Technically, Jordan Poole has been. Jordan Poole was hitting step back half court threes in the NBA Finals. He's always been good since 2021. He's been good. Obviously, 2022. Well, yes, 2021. But the 21-22 season, that's when he was like, okay, Jordan Poole's nice. Trade to the Wizards. Obviously, he doesn't have a teammate who knocked him out. That's going to be a really good mental edge. New change, new sceneries with Kuzma. He's going to have the freedom to be the offensive player. Like, all the three players I've just mentioned, I would bet that he's the one that averages 25 and becomes an all-star. The guard spot in the East will be easy for him to get into. Obviously, he's kind of got that, how would I say, he's on the new team, NBA champion, was on the Warriors, had a bad season last year, completely looked like he just stole a $140 million contract. I'm rooting for him. I think he will average 25. I wouldn't be shocked if he scores 50. He's going to have a lot of shot attempts. Quite an efficient player. Obviously, we'll see how it is. He did struggle when the defense was focused on him. Obviously, when he played with Steph and Clay, they were more focused on him. He could do his own thing. So maybe he averages 23, 24. I'm expecting at least 20. Obviously, he's going to be a part of that Wizards' future. That's a great, obviously for the Wizards, that's a win. You got from their bad position to Jordan Poole and a bunch of draft picks. You take that. I expect Jordan Poole to be a lot better. Obviously, like I said, the mental clarity is there. No Draymond on the team. None of that media attention. Obviously, he was getting asked questions. Have you talked to Draymond? That won't be happening in November. Obviously, unless they play when they do play the Warriors, those questions will come up. So maybe he struggles against the Warriors. I think this will be a lot better for Jordan Poole, for him, his game. And if he becomes an all-star, that contract will be looking good. I hope he has a great season this year. Now, this is a weird breakout. Chet Holmgren, he's not even playing an NBA game yet. Health-wise, hopefully, this guy's gonna average the league in blocks one day. Him and Wembanyama, that's gonna be an elite defensive player of the year race in a few years. Obviously, Chet, not the most physical player. He does like to drive to the rim. Doesn't actually shy away from the physicality. Obviously, his game is quite unique. He is a unicorn. His hustle on the defense and offense as well is great. His rebounding is good, offensive rebounding. His offense seems quite fluid for his height. His shot will be very good in a few years. He's already a decent shooter, I'd say. And that's just going to get even better with OKC. I like his court vision. There's a reason he was number 2. Before the draft, I thought he was going to go number 1. Him versus Wemby can be a great matchup. I really like this. OKC's got OKC, man, that's a really good team. If I'm meeting someone new and they're getting into the NBA, I'm like, bro, okay, become an OKC fan. Easily. That or the Kings. That's what I would say. Chet Holmgren's got a really, really high ceiling, especially if he puts on some weight. Chet Holmgren puts on some weight. MVP one day. Easily. That 2022 class are going to be one of the best classes of all time. OKC, they obviously got Shea, they got Diddy, got a bunch of players. I think he will thrive in that team. There's so many players that the defense have to focus on in OKC. Obviously, his post game is nice as well, I think. Obviously, if he plays, Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, all those guys, he's going nowhere. So that could be quite a bit. Obviously, in Summer League, he is looking good. He's looking great in Summer League, especially in the post-up game. Obviously, when it's the NBA, is physical. Not the most physical league in the world. It's quite soft, to be honest. But still, I think he's going to somewhat struggle with that. But once he puts that weight on, once he gets the experience, Hall of Fame career. If he stays healthy. And my last player is Jabari Smith Jr. Had a rough rookie season last season. Summer League, he's been playing good. Hit that game winner. He's been looking nice. Arguably was the number 1 pick until obviously a last minute. And his mentality since then, obviously had a bad rookie season. Had quite a good rookie season towards the end. His mentality's perfect. He's playing in Summer League to get better. And in Summer League, he's been absolutely lighting it up. Obviously, that 38-point game, like I said, the game winner. Showing insane improvement. Obviously, Summer League, a lot of these guys aren't even going to be in the NBA. Still, though, his mentality is in the right exact spot. A new culture is happening in Houston. Ime Udoka. His defensive side of the ball is going to be, like, his defense is going to improve so much. Also, the offense is there. He's a 6'10", good shooter, decent shooter, good offensive player. Will develop into a great one. Still so young as well. He's probably younger than most of the rookies that came into the NBA this draft. Exciting future for him. Already improvements to his game, his footwork, his handle, his driving, etc. He just has, I have all these players. I would say with Maxey as well. He's got the right mentality. He loves the game. He wants to be better. And in the NBA, where a lot of players just don't love the game, he's a legitimate rising star. I have all the players here. I'd probably say he has the best career of all these guys. I hope he does. A lot of people are shitting on him in his rookie season, which makes no sense. What is the point? There is a rookie, bro. Obviously, he's gonna be shit most of the time. Obviously, Powell was the best rookie ever. Jabari Smith Jr. arguably gonna have the best career out of all these guys. Those are my rising stars. Breakout season players. Let me know what you thought about it.